Good morning, and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven, and I'm so glad you're here. You know, every day I love to start us off with a little inspiration, and today's thought hits home for me. Maybe it will for you too. Max Lucado once said, God is more concerned with our direction than our speed. And doesn't that take the pressure off? Because if you're like me, you've had those seasons where you felt like you weren't moving fast enough. Like everyone else had their lives mapped out, and you were still just trying to find the next step. But here's the thing. God isn't asking you to sprint to the finish line. He's asking you to listen, trust, and take the next faithful step. Isaiah 30:21 puts it like this. Your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, this is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left. That's powerful because it means you're not out there wandering blind. God has promised to guide you. And maybe you don't see the whole map right now. Maybe all you see is today, this moment, this choice. But that's enough because his voice is faithful to point the way forward. I'll be real with you. I don't always like not knowing the big picture. You ever prayed before? God, just show me the 5-year plan? But you don't get that, do you? No, more often than not, what he shows you is just the next step, the next conversation, the next opportunity, or a door you didn't even know to look for. He's good like that. So here's my encouragement for you this morning. Don't let the unknowns paralyze you. Don't compare your speed to somebody else's race. Just take the step in front of you. God isn't measuring how fast you're running. He's guiding your direction. Maybe that's the reminder you needed today. You don't need the whole map. You just need to follow his voice. Sound good? All right, I hope that fuels you forward. I hope that inspires you today. Hold your head up high. You're not behind. You're right where you need to be. Now take the next right step. And then take the next right step after that. Let's go one step at a time, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. As always, I love hearing from you. I just want to remind you, you can text me at 256-967-0885. Send me a morning GIF. Tell me what's going on in your life. Just say good morning. Request a song. Whatever you'd like. I'm all ears. I'm ready. Text me 256-967-0885. If you'd rather call me, the studio line is open 256-505-0885. Or if email's your thing, Steven at 885jfm.com. I'll look forward to hearing from you either way. All right? Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Well, it's more than just a radio show. We're family. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen. This is Felicia Chapman, and so I was listening to your opening this morning, and years ago, when I was going through a divorce, somebody gave me a mark book, and it was called Just Enough Light to Take the Next Step.
Wow.
And so, you know, it was during that time of divorce and everything when life was crazy that it was the challenge, just do the next thing.
Yeah.
But it compares our walk sometimes with Israel and the manna, that God didn't give them enough manna to last for forever. He gave them enough manna just to get through the day.
Wow. That's a good reminder. That's a great reminder. We don't have to know the whole picture. We don't have to know the whole plan. We just have to be faithful with what he's given us and take the next step, right?
Yes, and sometimes it's because if he gave us what we needed all week, we would only come and talk to him once a week. Thank you.
Ooh.
And so, you know, to keep the Israelites seeking him every day, he only gave them enough for the day.
Wow.
So they had to come to him tomorrow. Or depend on him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, just thought I'd share that with you this morning.
Thank you. That is so powerful. Oh, I think you're going to help somebody out. Do you mind if I use this on the radio? Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Oh.
I don't care.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Somebody may need it because I needed it about 15 years ago.
I got you. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you for reaching out and sharing, because we help each other when we share testimonies like this. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, hey, I hope you have the best day ever.
Well, you too. Good morning, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. That book that she was talking about, I looked it up. Just Enough Light for the Step I'm On. Trusting God in the Tough Times. Stormy O'Martin. And wow, what a testimony. What a way to think about it. I love that. Thank you again. That was amazing. I love when we get to share things that we've gone through to help other people. Maybe they're going through the same thing. It's amazing how much power we have because we've been there. We've done that. We've got the scars and we can help other people get through it, maybe even a little easier than we did. So thank you so much. That's what family does. Wow. That's good. All right, let's get another song in here. I got some Mercy Me with To Not Worship You right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show. Hey, keep those calls coming. 256-505-0885. Got those morning GIFs coming in. I'm about to send one back. Mary Ellen sent me one. Yep, I've got it ready. Here we go. I love doing these morning GIFs. So I wonder if maybe you'll send me one just like Mary Ellen did. Here's how to do it. Text it to 256-967-0885. And if you don't know what a GIF is, it's not J-I-F, it's G-I-F. I know it looks like GIF, but it's GIF. Okay. So, go to Google and type in crazy good morning GIF. Hit enter. And you're going to see a GIF is a picture that moves just a little bit. Yeah. Copy that and then text it to me and I'll do the same and I'll send you one back. Okay. Sound good? Send it to 256-967-0885. I look forward to hearing from you this morning. I really have a lot of fun with these morning GIFs. All right, we got some business and ministry impact partners, some weather and word of life to get to. So let's do it. Right now, those temperatures, they're nice and mild for the most part anyway. 66 right now in Boaz. It's 68 right now in Arab. And guess what? Yeah, you know what I'm about to do. Right here in Guntersville, we just happen to be, oh my. That was nice. Kissing at 70-degree mark. Morning smooches are so good. And then right over in Huntsville, it's 71 degrees. So they got the leg up on us this morning. Right now, it looks like this word of life might just change your life. It might make it a little bit better. Take a listen to this. Isaiah 30, verse 21, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, this is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left. I'm so thankful we're not on this journey alone. No, our Heavenly Father, he's with us. He's guiding us. He's helping us along the way. I'm thankful for that. How about you? You know what? That's worth talking about. So coming up here in about, 3 minutes. Yeah, we're going to have this word of life in photo form across our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and X, ready for you to share with somebody. Now, let me cover the reasons why we do the word of life. Okay, it's twofold. The first is because life gets busy. Sometimes we forget to read our Bible. So we got you covered with just a verse or two every day to think about throughout the day to make it even better. Okay, because there's just something about getting your mind focused and really thinking, meditating on the word of God. It gets it from your head down into your heart and it becomes a truth. It becomes a filter that you see the world through. Isn't that cool? And the second reason why is because we want to make it as easy as possible for you to participate in the Great Commission. Yeah, to talk about your faith, to share the gospel, to spread it, to preach the word of God to everybody. How do we do that? Well, you know what? Lots of times it's through our testimony. That testimony, it inspires some conversation that leads you to talk a little bit more about Jesus. So, yeah, that's the reason why we do that word of life. Now, I want to do something else because, you see, I heard from Mary Ellen this morning, and I got to checking, and today is Tuesday. And you know what Mary Ellen does? Oh, she is an amazing lady who helps a lot of people right here in our community. She's part of a local food pantry. The St. Vincent de Paul food pantries, and it's happening today, 4:30 to 5:30 at Mary's house. That's St. William Catholic Church, 929 Gunter Avenue here in Guntersville, and from 5 until 6 p.m. at Chapel of the Holy Cross. That's 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. Now, if you need some help with groceries, well, they stand ready right there. Now, what do you need to bring with you? Okay, so here's the deal. When you come, you want to make sure to bring a picture ID to match you. Also, bring a bill with your current address. The address doesn't even have to be in this area. It just needs to be yours, okay? So do that, and yeah, they stand ready to help you with some groceries. So I just wanted to make sure you knew about that. One more time, these locations and times: 4:30 to 5:30 at Mary's house, that's St. William Catholic Church, 929 Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville, and from 5 to 6 at Chapel of the Holy Cross at 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. All right? I just want to make sure you knew about it. Okay, so what are we doing next? Well, you see, I've got a little more music to play. And then coming up, we've got a car line competition. Going to be giving away some gift cards. But do you know how many on the first round this morning? We had both players yesterday roll theirs over. So that means this morning we start off with 9 gift cards. Somebody is going to be able to put some smiles on other people's faces. It's going to be good. So will it be you? We'll find out coming up here at about 6:50. Okay, we're about 20 minutes away. So we're going to have some fun. And yeah, I'll even have a little message for our kids heading into school today. And it's a message that won't just resonate with them. It'll resonate with us adults too, because hey, we've been there, we've done that, right? Yeah, stick around. You'll know what I'm talking about as we get a little deeper in. But for now, how about some more great music? I've got a little bit of Zach Williams here with Fear is a Liar. Oh, that's a good reminder we all need. We don't need to fear. Oh, the power of words. Let's talk a little bit about it this morning. I was listening to this guy. Now, this guy got like famous over on the socials, and what he's doing is he's basically heckling baseball players. He's in the stands, and him and a group of people, they come up with some of the funniest one-liners, and they'll say at the end, "You bum!" And it's so funny. It gets their attention out on the field. They'll turn around, they'll laugh, or they'll play along with them. It's done in humor. It's done in fun. But you know what? Sometimes you got those people, you cross them, and then they wish bad on you. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're like, "May your belt loop always get caught on the door handle, and you already be in a bad mood." It's like, really? I don't need that in my life. Yeah. But I want people in my life that say good things like that. It's like, every time you do this, may this happen to you. And it's not the negative. No, it's the positive. I came across one of those, and I just had to share it with you. So here, take a listen to this. I think it's just right.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I hope every time you walk into a room, you remember why you walked in there. And if you don't remember why you walked in there, I hope you find snacks in there anyways, and have a good day.
That's the kind of friend I need right there. How about you? Because I can't tell you how many times I walk into a room or I walk out the door and I forget what I'm doing. Why am I out here again? And it takes me a second, right? Maybe 10 seconds. It's like, okay, now I remember. And I feel, okay, let's go do this thing. So knowing why I'm in a room, anytime I'm in the room, that's definitely a plus. And snacks? I mean, come on, who doesn't love snacks? What is your go-to snack? I'm thinking back to when I was a kid. Like when I get off the bus after school, and I'd go into the house, and I'd look up in the pantry. You know what I'd grab? If we had them in there, my favorite, a Star Crunch. Oh, there's something about that caramel, that chocolate, those Rice Krispies in there, it's crunchy. And go sit down in front of the TV and watch some DuckTales or some Tailspin. Oh, that was a perfect afternoon. So whatever your favorite snack is, I hope you find it in that room. I love that little clip. That's one of my favorites. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now let's keep the fun going. I got Mercy Me here with a song. It's called Oh Death. It's really good. Margaret just sent me over a picture of this sunrise, and oh my, it is absolutely gorgeous out there on the lake. We're sending back. She sent me a picture. I sent her a GIF. And no, she sent me one back. Do you remember, what was his name? Flash, 100-Yard Dash. Remember him from Zootopia? The sloth at the DMV? It's hilarious. I love that movie. Anyway, that's what she sent me back. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Margaret. You're awesome. All right, let's talk about that word of life. Today it comes to you from Isaiah 30, verse 21, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, "This is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left." What a promise. What a promise that he's guiding us, that he wants to guide us. He wants to be a part of our journey. We don't have to do this thing alone. In fact, we're never alone. He's always with us. So when's the last time you heard his voice? When's the last time you felt his nudge to go to the left or to the right or go and pray for that person? Or when's the last time he told you to do something and you followed through with it and something amazing happened? Or maybe when's the last time that he kind of pushed you to do something? He gave this idea to you, right? And he's like, go do this. And then you didn't do it. And you found out later on, it's like, oh, I should have done that because somebody else did it and you saw what good came from it. Yeah, that happens sometimes. But you know what? That's okay. You learned from that. So next time, just obey a little quicker. Yeah? Sound good? We are all learning. And you know who else is learning? Oh my, we got a bunch of kids in the car right now headed into that schoolhouse. They're doing a lot of learning. And hey, you know what? Since I got you in the car, and I am a dad, can I share with you a dad joke? Here, I'll let a little character. Now this is a little bee. So it's a bee puppet who's doing this. You can't see it, but I'll paint the picture for you. It's a bee puppet, and he is cracking off a dad joke. You ready for this? All right, here we go.
Hey, got a question for you. Why should you wear glasses to math class? Because it helps with division.
It helps division. I love it. I love it. Oh, I think we need to dance. Then we'll play the car line competition. Sound good? Let's go. Okay, since I got you in the car, I want to do one thing. Can we talk about something real quick? Here's my question for you. For my car line crew, have you ever gotten lost in a big store or on the playground and didn't know which way to go? It's kind of scary, right? But then someone you trust, maybe mom, dad, maybe a teacher, calls out your name, and suddenly you knew exactly where to go. You know what? Even as us adults, we understand that. We've been there before too. And that's how it works with God. Isaiah 30:21 says it like this, your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, this is the way you should go. So you see, sometimes you don't know the whole plan. You don't know what the test will look like. You don't know how practice will go or what kind of friends you're going to make. But God promises to guide you one step at a time. His voice is like that trusted person calling your name, showing you the right way, even when you're not sure. So be listening for his voice today, okay? I feel like today's going to be a really good day for you. And you know what? Here's what I want you to do. Here's your homework. I want you to think of this. What's one step you can take today to follow God's voice? All right? One step you can take today to follow God's voice. I want you to pray about that. I want you to think about that. I want you to talk with your parent about that. Today's about to get so much better. And you know what? We're going to have some fun too because you want to say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's go ahead and let's crank that engine. Then let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. That's right, your chance to win some gift cards this morning, but this morning is special. Why? Because we don't have 3 gift cards. Oh no. Both callers yesterday rolled theirs, which means this morning we start off with 9 gift cards. That's right, you heard that right, 9 gift cards. That's a lot of love to share. So, you ready to play my game? I got round 1 and it is ready to go. Oh, I forgot to do a little something. Because since we got those gift cards up for grabs, that means a train is rolling through. So there's my train. Yeah. All right, here we go. Round number 1 on Trivia Tuesday. Here we go. What part of your body contains more than a quarter of all of your bones? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Here are your options. A, your spine. B, your feet. C, your hands. Or D, your skull. Which one is it? What part of your body contains more than a quarter of all your bones? Is it A, spine, B, feet, C, hands, or D, skull? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. You think you know it? Call me up. You think you don't know it? Call me up. I'm your phone a friend. 256-505-0885. And I'm going to wait on your call while I listen to a song. It's Josiah Queen and Brandon Lake with Can't Steal My Joy. Well, I didn't have any calls on this one, so that means I get to bring it down to a 50-50 shot for somebody. So you think you have what it takes to win? the Carline competition this first round with 9 gift cards up for grabs. All right, here we go. What part of your body contains more than a quarter of all your bones? Is it A, your spine, or is it B, your feet? 256-505-0885. Oh, I got my caller. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I'll get your answer. It's Jaywalker's Worship. You just never know how a call is going to go on the Carline competition. Sometimes it just knocks your socks off. And that's exactly what is about to happen to you when you hear how this call went down. This is so good. Take a listen to this. Sorry, it took me a minute. You still there?
I am.
Awesome. Who am I talking to?
Sonia,
Sonia, what's going on?
living in the glory.
Okay. Just living in the glory. What you up to this morning? Where you going? What you doing? What's on the agenda?
I'm being a taxi driver, dropping grown kids off.
Dropping grown kids off. What?
His car's tore up, so I gave him a ride to work.
Oh, very nice. Oh, look at you. That's so good. You just got to be there for him, you know?
You do,
Yeah.
and I have learned. I have 2 grown ones and a baby.
Oh, 2 grown and a baby?
I do.
Wow. So what's the age difference?
My oldest is 27, and the baby's 2.
Oh my. All right. Wow. It's like,
Now.
hey. He's like,
She's our bonus. She's our bonus baby.
I got you.
We adopted her.
oh, that is so cool. What a heart you have to adopt like that. That is awesome. Wow. Thank you for what you do. That's amazing. You just never know who you're going to talk to on the phone. You know, and sometimes stories like this just kind of show up. That is so awesome. All right, so I got 9 gift cards up for grabs, and I wonder if you have what it takes to win. So here we go. My question for you this morning is, what part of your body contains more than a quarter of all your bones? Is it A, your
Yep.
spine, or is it B, your feet?
It's your feet.
It's you said that with a question mark at the end, as if it was
No question mark.
no question mark.
Definite. It's your feet.
You're confident? That's it.
I'm confident.
You want to lock it in?
I want to lock it in.
Congratulations to you. You just won 9 gift cards. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's pretty awesome.
I think so too. That's a lot of love to share with a lot of people. So you want to tell me about 2 of those very special people you're going to share some gift cards with?
Considering I have 9 grandbabies, I figure it'll go to them.
Oh, wow. Oh, you are blessed. Wow, 9
I am.
grandbabies.
We are.
Oh, well, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for calling me up this morning. So I'm doing something new this time with the Carline competition. I'm keeping track of schools and homerooms. So what school do you want to shout out and what homeroom at that school?
Well, I don't know a homeroom,
Okay, that's fine.
but I'm Team Asbury.
Asbury. Okay. All right. Asbury High, middle, what is it?
I'm partial to high school.
Asbury High School. Got it. So the next caller that I have play and they win and they put Asbury up and they tell me their homeroom, I'll add this to their homeroom, okay?
All right.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
You're very welcome. All right, now let me grab your address real quick so I can get these sent your way. Got it. All right, Sonia, can I ask you one final question?
Yes, sir.
Why do you listen to us?
Because it just lifts my spirit up. I love Jesus. And the son I gave a ride to today, he actually just found the Lord. He got baptized this past Sunday, and he was just rocking out this morning.
Wow, that is amazing. That has to make your heart happy, huh?
It does.
Wow. Thank you.
It's been a long road.
Really?
It has.
I got you. But look what just happened. Ain't God good?
I know. God's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sonia. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Look at that. How cool was that? I mean, come on. First, we find out that she's got grown kids and she's got an adopted one. And so she's got a baby at the house. And then she wins the 9 gift cards. She's got 9 grandbabies. And on top of all that, her son got saved and baptized. I mean, it just got better and better as we went along. I love that. Sonia, thank you so much for calling me up this morning and playing my game. You made my morning. That's good stuff right there. Wow. I've got another opportunity for somebody to win some gift cards. I got 3 of them up for grabs. And so just a little information about that past question. Here it is. Each foot has 26 bones, which means both feet together make up about 25% of your body's total bones. We're talking 52 out of the 206 bones in the average adult skeleton. And this collection of bones allows for precise movement, balance and shock absorption necessary for walking, running, and daily activities. I bet you didn't know that about your feet. All right, now let's get on with it. Question number 2, because you see, we've got round number 2. Where's my bell? There's my bell. Now I can do it, okay? Now here's the phone number. Have this ready to go. 256-505-0885. You got it ready? Okay, here's your question. What year did the United States land the first astronauts on the moon? Was it A, 1965, B, 1969, C, 1972, or D, 1975? And hey, since we had an adult win the first round, let's have a student win the second round, okay? Open for students only. What year did the United States land the first astronauts on the moon? Was it A, 1965, B, 1969, C, 1972, or D, 1975? It happened during Richard Nixon's first year in office. What? Is that a little clue? 256-505-0885. Now, following up with what we just talked about with Sonya, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Here is We the Kingdom with that song. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yes, he will. That's such a good song. I love it. Hey, I didn't have a call on this particular round of the car line competition. You know what that means? We're going to do it again. We're going to drop it down to a 50-50 shot. So you ready for the question? I'll give you a couple of hints as well, okay? All right, so here we go. Your second question. What year did the United States land the first astronauts on the moon? Was it 1969 or 1975? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Hey, that's the number to call. All right, 256-505-0885. I had somebody just try to call my text number, but you got to call me on the studio phone. 256-505-0885. Okay, here's your hint. Sesame Street debuted the same year. It was the year of 19... what? There's my caller. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song and I'll get your answer. It's Lauren Daigle and Trust in You right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Just dropped both of my babies off at school.
I got you. Ready to have some fun, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is, but it's okay if I'm wrong.
Okay, well, you got a 50-50 shot. So this was the year the U.S. landed the first astronauts on the moon. Was it 1969 or was it 1975? It's also the same year that Sesame Street debuted.
I'm going to say 1969. For some reason in my gut, that's what I'm feeling, but I could be wrong.
Well, do you want to trust your gut or do you want to swap it up? Do I hear another little voice in the background? Did I hear something like that?
Okay, let's go with 1975.
1975. Now, don't just swap it up because I'm playing a head game with you. Maybe you should trust your gut. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna stick with my gut. It's okay if I'm wrong. That'll give somebody else a chance.
So we're locking in 1969.
Yes.
Congratulations to you. You just won. Yay!
Yay! Yay! Well, I would like to keep the train rolling if that's all right this morning.
Let's do it. I hear it in the background. Very good. Well, still, I want you to shout at least one person out. Tell me about somebody in your life that means a lot to you.
My children.
Oh.
You know, they are the biggest blessing God ever gave me.
Wow. What are their names?
Marcus and Eleanor.
Marcus and Eleanor. All right. So how old are we talking?
9, and she'll be 6 on Saturday.
Wow. All right. Very good. Now, tell me something. Are they both alike? Are they like carbon copies of each other, or are they completely different?
Oh, they're completely different. It's so funny.
Tell me about it. Give me a scenario. How different are they?
Well, oh my goodness, she's a lot like me, and he's a lot like his daddy.
Oh,
you know?
I gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But one thing they both love to sing, and I'm going to say they get that from both of us. Daddy doesn't sing as much as Mama does, but he does like to sing.
Nice. All right. So, did they ever belt out any of the songs they hear on the radio?
Oh, yes. Lemonade is their favorite. And then they love No Survivors by Jeremy Camp.
Oh, cool. Okay. No Survivors. I'll have to put that in the rotation tomorrow morning so they'll hear it. Jeremy Camp.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
you're very
they love that one.
Awesome. Very good. Okay, so we gotta shout out a school this morning. So what school do we want to shout out?
They're at Asbury Elementary.
Oh, cool. All right. Very good. All right, so we got this rolling on. Thank you so much. I didn't even grab your name.
My name is Stephanie
Stephanie, what's your last name?
Miller.
Miller. Have I talked with you before?
A long time ago.
Okay.
It's been a few years since I've called.
Oh,
Yep.
well, thank you for calling me back. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, I won't. Thank you so much, and you have a blessed day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
How cool was that? 2 rounds of the car line competition in the books. We got 3 gift cards rolling on tomorrow, so we'll start with 6 gift cards because Stephanie is awesome. And I mean, come on, that was a lot of fun. Both calls this morning were amazing. Now, I got some business and ministry impact partners, some weather, some word of life to get to. And, you know, I get it. Sometimes those kids, well, we go a little long sometimes, and they got to get in that schoolhouse before they can play the game. So sometimes mom has to call and play for them. So thank you, Stephanie. That is awesome. And hey, just in case you ever play, in case your kid ever plays and they can't hear themselves on the radio, because, you know, I don't do it live. I record, I edit, and then I play it back. Well, they might not get the chance to hear themselves on the radio, or maybe they didn't get the chance to hear mom or dad on the radio. So I want to tell you how you can let them hear that. I put together the talking segments of the show as a podcast episode every day, and at 10:45 it posts to it posts to Spotify and Apple Podcast, also iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube Podcast. 10:45 every morning is that morning's episode, so you can go check it out. And then you can let them hear what it sounded like on the car line competition. Whether it was them or it was mom and dad, it's a lot of fun. And plus, that way, if you hear something on the show that you think somebody else in your life needs to hear, you can share it with them. And you can subscribe. I've been noticing this podcast growing. Thank you for that. It really means a lot. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let these business and ministry impact partners roll through here. We'll get your weather and your word of life. And then I'll get that song that I was reminded of. It's a throwback, too. I think a lot of people, Joel Modis especially, he's going to love this one because I don't think I've ever played it on our radio station before. So stick around. All right. So I want to get into a song here. Now, it's so good what has been happening lately across our country. More and more people are coming to faith. More and more people are looking for answers ever since the Charlie Kirk thing happened. I mean, look at it. Even the memorial service for Charlie Kirk, how packed it was. They had overflow. And the president had his whole cabinet there, and Jesus was talked about openly. That was just amazing, right? Yeah. It reminds me of this song because I've heard this term revival. And what really reminded me of it this morning was when we found out about that son who recently came to Christ and got baptized. That's just amazing stuff. More and more people are coming to the faith. And so this word revival, I've been hearing it a lot here lately, and I think maybe that's what's going on in our country, and I'm so thankful for it. But you know, there was a guy who sang about revival a few years ago. In fact, this guy, I kind of grew up on some of his music. Carmen. He's got this song called Revival in the Land, and I want to warn you, off the top of this, it goes through a few scenarios, a few things that our world deals with. And they can be some very serious topics, but it's nothing too strong for our kids. So I just want to make sure you understand that. It's a little strong here, but it's factual information. And this song, it's really good. So let me play it for you, okay? Revival in the Land by Carmen. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. You know, earlier we were talking a little bit about revival, and Heather reached out and said, hey, you know what? Ren Collective has a song out called Revival Anthem that's pretty good. So I thought maybe I'd play this for Heather. Thank you so much for reaching out this morning. Here's your song. Wow, that is a good song. Heather, thank you so much for requesting it. Revival Anthem, Ren Collective right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I love taking your requests. You want to send one in? Text me, 256-967-0885. Hey, I was on my way home yesterday and I heard this and I just had to share it with you today. Eddie Pinero has a way of crafting a story and really getting to the heart of the matter and getting that across so it resonates with us. And he shared this on his socials, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a little long, I'll give you that heads up, but it is worth the listen. Please Take a listen to this and see what you think.
Your constant entertaining of worst-case scenarios is why you aren't miles ahead of where you currently are. Let me explain. Last weekend, I was on a sunset hike in Scottsdale, and we just reached the top of the first climb. We paused for a second, took in the views, had a few sips of water, and then turned to carry on with the hike. We probably made it about 10 feet when we heard a frantic voice behind us. It was like, "Hey, hey!" And I stopped, turned around, pointed my finger at my chest. "You talking to us?" "Yeah," the woman said, just completely out of breath. She goes, "It's almost sunset, and I saw a sign down there in the parking lot." Her breathing was so heavy she had to stop every few words. So the sign, it said, "At sunset, they close the gate, that every car still in the parking lot's gonna be locked inside the gate, won't be able to get out." Another pause to collect herself. "And I was just wondering, do you know if this is true? Will they really? Have you been here before? Is there any chance I'll be stuck here?" I said, "Well, I haven't been here at sunset, so I don't really know." I started kind of racking my brain thinking about some of my favorite hikes in the area, Gateway, Pinnacle Peak. Then Rose mentioned, "I'm pretty sure the gates do close, but they have a sensor that when you drive up to them, even at night, they open and you can easily get out." And I said, "Okay." So I just yelled back, "We're not totally sure, but we think the gates open for you. Even after sunset, even when it's dark, you should be fine." "I don't know," she yelled. "I just don't know. I have to leave. I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go." And just like it was in a movie, she turned around and just sprinted down the mountain. It had, the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland vibes. And we kind of chuckled and just, hey, you never know what you're going to come across around here, do you? Turned back around, carried on with our hike. Now, important to note, I'm not knocking or making fun of that woman. Let me tell you why. That's been me. More times in my life than I can count. Blowing minor inconveniences way out of proportion. Terrified that something might go wrong. And it's derailed progress and growth, change and excitement, all because the path wasn't certain. I've said no to trips and projects and opportunities. I've ignored the thing I knew my soul was pulling me towards. I've walked away from adventures. You name it. Because what if, somewhere along the way, a metaphorical gate closed? Oh, the irony of refusing to move because someday you might be stuck. And then you turn that into a full thought experiment, right? Let's say this person was correct. You go down after dark and the gate's locked and you're stuck. You have to call law enforcement to open it up. Inconvenient, absolutely. For everyone involved, admittedly, not ideal. But why is our instinct to act like we'd starve to death at Tom's Thumb Trailhead? Our brains flash this image of ourselves writing a goodbye letter to everyone we know, with a scroll and a quill pen for some reason. I'm not sure why. Dear loved ones, they closed the gate. Tell Michael he can have my signature John Mayer guitar. Right? When you play it out, it's lunacy. It's insane. The worst case scenarios we create are complete nonsense, almost always. Because look, it's one thing to be reckless and careless. It's another to live your entire life in bubble wrap because you may trip and fall somewhere along the way. Now, obviously, this is way bigger than that story I just shared. Right? This is about the trap of leaving so much of life on the table because we placate to the downside. We constantly entertain all the things that can go wrong, forgetting that 1, almost everything is solvable, and 2, mostly 2, the question, What if everything works out? Hey, what if things go right? Why is that possibility so often left out of the equation? What if you leave that toxic relationship? And sure, perhaps after a brief period of chaos and stagnation, things get better than they've ever been. What if you start the business? And yeah, maybe rocky at first, but after that, it completely changes your life. It causes you to level up as a person while also putting you in position to add value to the world you could never have in your old life. What if you decide to level up your fitness? And you bet the first month or two at the gym, you feel like a fish out of water. But ultimately, you transform mentally and physically in ways that leave you just feeling different, more confident in every room you walk into. Why don't we think about the upside in scenarios like that? You know, when we turned around and finished that hike, it was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever experienced. The orange and purple sky, the path through the rocks that felt like something out of a Lord of the Rings movie, the view from the top during blue hour, when the sky is still painted all those colors, but it's dark enough that the lights from the houses way down in the valley look almost animated, like a cartoon or something. Closest comparison we came up with was the aesthetic from the movie Polar Express, right? Almost doesn't look real. And I just think, like, imagine missing that because of something as trivial as a parking inconvenience. In the grand scheme of things, what's more meaningful? What's more important? What matters? Big picture. Guys, we are missing life's sunsets because we are worried about the shadows they cast. Life is meant to be lived. And I get, by the way, how messy things can feel and sometimes are. But the simplest of experiences remind us our brains, they want safety, not growth. They want comfort, not adventure. They want to know at the expense of ever diving into the unknown. Remember that the most important, valuable, memorable, beautiful things you will do in your life are tied to some sort of risk or trade-off. And look, I'm not telling you what's right or wrong for you. How could I? But what I can do from this room in Scottsdale, Arizona, is remind you that most, if not the vast majority of things that don't go the way you want them to, are reversible, solvable. Think really hard about the sunsets you say no to because of life's metaphorical gates. Oftentimes, that decision equates to giving up an entire world of possibility because you bow down to a single minor inconvenience. That's not you, and it's not why you're here. Don't chase the made-up ghost stories. Chase your sunsets. Oh, and just for the record, after the most beautiful hike of our lives, we drove up to the gate, it automatically opened for us, and we drove home. But you already knew that.
What motivation. I love that story. I hope it resonates with you. Think about that one today. That's good. Now, Trey wanted to hear Spare Change by Brandon Lake. Now, let's talk a little bit about your word of life today, shall we? It's a really good one. It's one of those that reminds us all that, you know what? We are never alone. He's with us every step of the way. Isaiah 30, verse 21, in the New Living Translation of the Bible, your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, this is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left. I love that because he will direct us. But here's the question. The real question is, will you follow his lead? You know what? Sometimes I felt his nudge to go a certain way, and I didn't obey. How about you? You ever been there before? But it was after it. It was like, why didn't I? I had nothing to lose. And then sometimes you see somebody else took that step and something huge happened, something really good. I mean, somebody's day was made because they stepped out and they did that thing. And you missed out on that blessing. Yeah, but I've been there too. It's no fun. That's why I learned from those mistakes. And you know what? I resolve in my heart, all right, next time you tell me to do something, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, you can trust him. Why don't you share that word of life with somebody and tell somebody your story about what it means to you? It's a great way of sharing your faith. We've got it for you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok, and it's always there at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. I want to shout some people out real quick, if that's okay. I'm looking at the streaming map. I see you, Wheezy, hanging out with us up there in what you talking about, Willis, Michigan. We got our listeners over in Atlanta, Georgia, hanging out with us right now. We got Madison, Alabama. Ooh, it looks like we got Albertville and Arab. And is that Geraldine? Yeah, somebody over in Geraldine hanging out. We've got our friends down in Homewood. And let's see, where else? Joel Modest, he's hanging out with us over in Palm Coast, Florida. And our friends across the pond in Fuchenstein and Vogelen, Germany are here with us. It's already the afternoon where they are. Hey, I can't see a pin for you listening on the FM dial, but I want to thank you for being here. And for those of you listening on the podcast, maybe it's midnight right now while you're listening to this. Thank you for making this a part of your routine. It really means a lot that you're here. I want to make sure everybody feels the love because, seriously, y'all are the reason why I'm here in the studio in the first place. Just trying to make your day a little bit better with some real hope, some real faith, talking about real life. And I'm so glad we get to do it together. So thank you so much for being here. And I got to shout out one more pin that just popped up on my map down there in Montgomery, Alabama. How are things going in the capital down there? Hey, why don't you reach out to me? This is an invitation for everybody. Text me this morning, 256-967-0885. Let me know what's going on in your life. Or maybe you got a song you'd like to hear. Or maybe you want to have some fun and send me a morning GIF. I'd love to get one from you. Again, the number to text, 256-967-0885. Like Larry Walls. Yeah, the Right Reverend Larry Walls. I sent him a GIF this morning of a baby. This baby's just dancing, and the caption says, blessed and highly favored. He sent me back a Three Stooges GIF, to which I sent him another one back. So we're having a good back and forth here. And hey, there's so many of you sending me these GIFs. Keep them coming. I'll keep sending some back, okay? We'll keep having some fun here. 256-967-0885. Sound good? All right. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. This morning show is all about this theme, directed steps. Because, hey, he is helping us. He's directing our steps. We got to follow. I'll be back with a thought for you about when you don't see the whole map. I'll tell you about a show I've been watching here lately that really comes to mind with this theme. And we'll kind of tie it all together. We'll dig a little deeper. Sound good? All right. And hey, I want to hear from you too. So remember, text me, 256-967-0885. Mikey Tyler, people like us. That's you. That's me. That's we. Family. You see, we are on a journey. We got a path laid out before us, and we're supposed to take the next right step. And sometimes it's like we can't see very far ahead of us. You know what? This kind of reminds me of looking at a map. But a map that you can't really see like far along on. You can only see maybe the next few steps. Maybe just a little while. Maybe the next mile on the map, right? You don't quite know how to get there. And maybe you ask somebody to take you there, but they can't. They won't. They say, no, there's trouble coming. I'm sorry. It's that time of the year. Here, let me explain what I mean by that. Because last night we were watching this show we started watching over on Hulu. It's called Washington Black. It's been a pretty cool show. Now, it's full of suspense and drama, and you're following this guy who's being chased because they think he did something that he didn't do. And it's rough, right? And so on part of his journey when he's a kid, well, he's partnered up with this guy. His name is Titch, and Titch is kind of taking care of him. And as they're on their way, they come to Antarctica. They're looking for this guy's dad, Titch's dad. And so they meet up with this guy, and they ask him, hey, can you take us to meet up with my father? He's supposed to be at this place. And the guy has his map out and he says, well, I'll show you. Your dad is here. And he like points his finger on the map. And then Titch asks him, well, can you take us? And he said, well, this time of the year? No, there's a blizzard coming. I'm sorry, I can't take you. Then he says, well, maybe instead of paying you to help me get there, could I just pay you for the map so I know how to get there myself? And so he does. He buys the map. I thought, how genius is that? You can't get the person to help you go there, but you can buy the map. That means you can have what you need to get you there. I thought that was pretty interesting. That'll preach right there. Buying the map. Think about that for a second. And we do. We have a map, don't we? Yeah. We have our faith really spelled out for us in the Bible. I mean, you want to talk about that? That's the roadmap to life, right? There are all kinds of promises. There are the things to stay away from, the pitfalls to avoid. There's that straight and narrow path that's talked about that you want to be on, right? But if we're honest, we don't know the next step all the time. At least not the next 20 or 30 steps. Sometimes we got to listen. We got to ask our Heavenly Father, all right, where do I need to go next? Do I need to keep going straight? Do I need to go to the left? Do I need to go to the right? When you don't know the whole map, take the next step. God doesn't need you to see the future, just to follow His voice. And that right there, that hits home. You ever had those moments where you just wanted the whole picture? The 5-year plan, the blueprint, the guarantee that everything was going to work out? Yeah, me too. Lots of times it doesn't work that way. Instead, God says, trust me with the next step. But can we be honest about that? It's tough. We want certainty, but what He gives us is His presence. We want control, but what He gives us is His promise. I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. That's the promise. So think about it. When you're driving at night, your headlights only shine a few hundred feet ahead, right? You can't see the whole road, but you trust that if you just keep moving forward, the light will keep showing you what you need to see. I think that's how God's guidance works. So maybe today, you don't need the map. You don't need the whole plan in front of you. Now, don't get me wrong. You need the map. You need the Bible. That has to be a part of your life. But if you want like the big 5-year, 10-year plan, you want the big roadmap to life specifically for you, that's when you need to trust His voice. Because He's got a lot of stuff prepared for you. And if you knew it all right now, it would blow your mind. I mean, you couldn't handle it. You would actually have a breakdown. He's got good stuff ahead of you. So listen for His voice for the next step in front of you. Because when you follow Him one step at a time, you'll always end up where you're supposed to be. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're on the Lifeline Morning Show. Oh, I don't line these songs up, y'all. God is good at this. Guess what the next song is? Patrick Mayberry, Lead On, Good Shepherd. I'm telling you, I did not line that up. God does this stuff all the time. Blows my mind. I got a request here. Jimmy Lee Udi said he wants to hear Come, Jesus, Come. So I want to get that ready for him and get it on the air real quick. Hey, I'd love to hear what you want me to play, too. I'd love to play it for you. 256-967-0885. Send me that request. Here it is, Stephen McCurder. Come, Jesus, come. It's a trap we often fall into, trying to please everybody. Is that even possible? Let's talk about that. With a little help from Grayson McGaha. After Phil Wickham, the King is in the room. I came across this funny guy a little while ago, and I just love his content. I mean, he's so funny. Here, I want you to hear what he had to say, and then let's unpack this a little bit. We're going to have some fun with it this morning.
Daily reminder, you are not tacos, so you're not going to make everybody happy. You're not duct tape, so you can't fix everyone's problems. You can't be everyone's favorite because, well, you're not ranch dressing.
No, I can't do all that for everybody, but I know what I want to be. You know what? I want to challenge you to do this too. I want you to think of what you'd like to be. What you see yourself as. How you see what you bring to this world, what you bring to the people around you. I want you to really think about it. I think I've got mine, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm pretty set on this one, okay? I want to be that max AC vent in your car. That you need a hit of cold air. You want to feel a little bit better. You just whip me over there and let me blow on you a little bit. That's what I want to be. I want to be the max AC vent in your car. Yep. Some of you, you're like, hey, you know what, Steven? I want to be the visor. I want to help you when life gets too bright, gets too hard, too harsh. I want to come alongside and help you. Ooh, I like that too. Somebody says, I want to be the rear view mirror, but only for you to check yourself, not to stay stuck. I want to help you with that because, hey, I've got to pass too. Or no, Steven, I want to be the blinker. Yeah, because you know what? That's so important. It really is. What does that do? What does the blinker do? Well, it helps you with your journey, doesn't it? It comes alongside you and says, okay, all right, you got this in your mind. You're going to turn left? All right, let's do this. And it lets everybody know, hey, we're going left. I don't know, maybe you're like, Steven, no, I'm the brakes. Really? Is there a good thing about the brakes? Of course there is. When somebody's just going too hard, what do? You come alongside them, you say, hey man, you need to slow down a little bit. I know this from experience. Let's think about this. And then there's a place for everybody. So what do you want to be? Are you the duct tape? Do you try to fix people's problems? Or maybe you are the taco. Everybody loves a good taco. You know what I mean? Grayson, he just does that to be funny, but I don't think he ever thought that what he said could be used in a spiritual sense. But I'm so glad he put it out there. So that's my homework for you. What do you want to be? How do you want to serve the world around you? Think about that. And then own it. Ask your Heavenly Father to help you with it and watch what he does. Toby Mac, Heaven on My Mind. Ooh, this has got a good vibe to it. I hope you enjoy it. Is this right? I'm looking at a pastor with spray paint in his hand. Sure enough, it looks like he's painting a rock. What is this about? It's over on the 88.5 JFM family group. The Right Reverend Larry Walls went to Cadillac Ranch, and he's got, that's exactly what he's up to. I've never seen a pastor spray paint before. It feels wrong, but it must be right. Also, this photo that came through. Heather Kepler sent it over this morning. Just a good morning shot of the sky. And I love what Michelle Bailey said underneath it. Said, good morning to you as well. May God bless you and keep you, make his face shine on you and give you peace. Oh, I love that blessing. Thank you, Michelle, for posting that. See, all kinds of good stuff happens on the JFM family group. If you're not a part of it yet, you know what? You should send me a text message, and I'll send you an invite. 256-967-0885. Okay? 256-967-0885. You never know what you might see there. I might ask you for help with interview questions like I did last week. I had the chance to talk with Kane, and actually I was able to bring those questions to her when we sat down and had a little phone interview last week. I'll be editing that together, getting it on the air for you so you can hear a little bit more about Kane and what you can expect in their Kane Live and In Color concert. It's coming October 29th to Huntsville. More about that's on our website. And yes, I will have tickets to give away. So just giving you a heads up on that, okay? All right. I guess let's get to a song, and then I've got This Day in History to get to. Here's Chris Tomlin. Well, good morning, and welcome to This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear to celebrate some milestones and some achievements, and the movers and shakers who brought us this far. So, what happened on this day in history? It was on this day in 1806, American explorers Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, you know them as Lewis and Clark, received a boisterous greeting on their return to St. Louis, Missouri after having made the first recorded overland journey from the Mississippi River to the Pacific coast and back, which is a pretty big accomplishment. In 1810, residents of Baton Rouge, in what was then the Spanish territory of West Florida, launched a rebellion. They proclaimed the West Florida Republic, which the United States annexed 3 months later. In 1846, German astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle discovered the planet Neptune at the Berlin Observatory. The blue gas giant, which has a diameter 4 times that of Earth, was named. And that's this day in history. Also, moving on, a few more things to get to. You see, it was on this day, all the way back In 1920, Mickey Rooney was born. I bet that's a name you haven't heard in a while. How about this one? Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, he was born on this day in 1949. Here's one, maybe some movie fact for you, some movie history. The American film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid had its world premiere, and it became a Western classic, especially noted for the pairing of Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Yeah, we've seen that name recently because he passed on. It's been crazy seeing these people that you kind of grew up with moving on. And there you have it. This day in history. Time for me to close the book, bring this music down, and remind you of the simple truth. There are many facts and figures written throughout this book, excerpts of people's lives and how they impacted the world around them, how they really changed the culture, how they indeed made history. And what an idea. Wouldn't it be such a humbling thing for your good history to be written in a book like that? So that people could learn of your accomplishments and the impact that you made on this world? I know some of you are like, Stephen, and I'm not worried about accolades. I'm not worried about that. No, there's, I think maybe, at least for me, okay? Maybe it's just for me. But there's this desire to make an impact. I mean, seriously. A desire to bring more people to Jesus. A desire to help show some people, hey, it's going to be okay. You're not alone. We're in this thing together. There's just something about that. I want to make an impact. I think you do too. And I want it to be written about in a history book because, you know what? I think that's just cool. So I do. I hope that for you, that your good history is written in a book like that. But can I tell you this? Regardless of whether it's put in a history book, I know where it's being written every single day. It's a very sobering idea as well, because it's being written in the minds and on the hearts of every person you come in contact with. How you make them feel. Yep, even complete strangers. Even the person that cut you off in traffic. Yeah, that's a hard one. So I wonder if maybe you can take a challenge with me today. It's going to cost you something, I'll tell you that up front. It's a simple thought. Let's resolve to make good history today, so that when others think of us, they get a smile on their face, a little extra warmth in their heart. That their life is better because they came across us. So what do you think? Can you take that challenge? Hold on, Stephen. You told me it was going to cost me something. Yeah, it does. It does. It costs you some thought. It costs you second guessing yourself sometimes because, let me just tell you right now, the opportunity will present itself for you to make a bad choice or a good choice. It'll happen today. And maybe you'll be angry in the middle of that decision. But you'll decide, hey, I'm going to cool off. I'm going to give this some thought. I'm not going to react in the moment because I know I'm going to regret it. Why would you do that? Why would you cool off? Why would you resolve to do that? Simply because you took this challenge this morning. I can't tell you how many times it happens to me. I have an opportunity and I want to go a certain way, but I remember, no, I took the challenge this morning. I'm gonna choose the right thing. It helps hold us accountable. So, are you up for it? You're gonna take this challenge with me today? Yeah, I knew you could. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I love doing life with you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, some more great music headed your way. How about some Josiah Queen and Brandon Lake? Can't Steal My Joy. Well, hey, you know what? I want to shout some people out because I see we've got listeners. They've been listening to us this morning right there in Texas, just a little south of Austin. Thank you for making us a part of your day. And I mentioned Wheezy earlier. I'm about to get to a message she sent me a few minutes ago. I also want to shout out our friends there at Oak Mountain State Park. Looks like you're listening from right there at the northwest edge near Eagle Point. Thank you for making us a part of your day as well. All right, so what did Wheezy say? Well, you see, she sent me over a morning gif, which is awesome. This little girl standing at the edge of the bed looks so sleepy. You can tell she's just not feeling it. And she just kind of lays over on the bed real quick, just kind of collapses there. Her little feet are on the floor, but her head is collapsed on the bed. That's hilarious. Thank you, Wheezy. She also told me this. She said, multitasking in the kitchen, last round of tomato juice, I hope. Also prepping today's lunch, meat, lettuce, and maters for taco salad. You're making me hungry. We were talking about tacos earlier. They make everybody happy. So, you know what? When I was talking about tacos with a little help from Grayson Magaha, I got to talking about, what I want to be. And I told you, what I want to be, so some people, they want to be the duct tape because they want to fix people's problems. Some people want to be loved by everybody, so they're the taco. I love that. Some people, well, they want to be loved by everybody, so they're the ranch dressing. For me, my purpose, what I feel like right now in this moment of my life, I want to be the max AC vent in your car. But when it's hot outside and you need a blast of cool air to help cool you off a little bit, help you feel a little better, yeah, that's what I want to be. You just tilt me over your way and let's get you cooled down a little bit. That's what I want to be. But Wheezy, she got to thinking about that. She said, I want to be the warm blanket that makes everyone feel loved. Oh, I feel cozy right now just thinking about that, Wheezy. Thank you for sharing that. That was amazing. And that's my homework for everybody, okay? I want you to think of, there's an object in your life you can liken yourself to. So what are you? It could be in the car. It could be at the house. What are you? Yeah, or what do you want to be? That's something to think about, isn't it? Give it some thought. It's really a lot of fun. And hey, thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I got some Brian Trent coming up for you here in the next few minutes. And by the way, this morning, GIF game this morning, oh my. It has been so good. So good. I've had all kinds of GIFs, from animal GIFs to wrestling GIFs. I even got a nature boy doing a woo at me. David Wooten was wondering what the GIF thing was about, and I had to send him a few so he gets the idea of what we're talking about. He's like, yep, I need that in my life. So, hey, you want to have some fun? Send me a morning GIF. He's like, what are you calling that? A gem? I said, no, it's a GIF. It's spelled GIF, but it's pronounced like Jif peanut butter. And basically what it is, it's a picture that moves a little bit. Lots of times it's got a funny caption on it. Yeah, it's almost like a meme, but not quite. It moves. So that's what a GIF is. And we're sending them back and forth over on the text. So here's the number. If you'd like to send me one, I'll send you one back. 256-967-0885. I gotta send Wheezy one back because that was awesome. The little girl. That's funny. 256-967-0885. All right, let me go hit some music here. How about some Passion featuring Christian Stanfill in Christ Alone. Well, it's that time of the morning for us to check in with a really good friend of ours. His name is Brian Trent from Hampton, South Carolina, where he pastors the Lighthouse Church. He and his family are all across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe. That's how you can find them for yourself. I've been following them for over, 2 years now, and it has been so much fun. It's like every morning there's something new waiting on me. And then this morning, it really resonates with what we're talking about today because, today's theme is directed steps. And sometimes we get off the path. Sometimes we mess up, and that's where Brian kicks in this morning. Take a listen to this.
So last night, one of my good friends looked across this room during our recovery meeting and said, it's okay to mess up, but it's not okay to give up. Maybe you've messed up. So have I. But let me tell you why you can't give up. You see, we live in a world that often thinks that failure is the end. When we mess up, we feel shame. When we fall short, we wonder if God is finished with us. But God never called you to perfection. He calls us to perseverance. Well, there's a big difference. Think about Peter. He denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus didn't throw him away. Instead, Jesus restored him. Peter's failure wasn't the end of his story. As a matter of fact, God used his failure to do a greater work in and through him. Proverbs 24:16 says, for though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Notice it doesn't say the righteous never fall. It says they rise again. We all make mistakes, and just because we make them doesn't necessarily mean that the devil wins. But one thing is for sure, the enemy wins when we give up and choose to let failure be where we stay. Every time you rise again, you declare that God's grace is greater than your failure, and God's strength and plan is stronger than your weakness. So if you've messed up, welcome to the human race, but don't quit. Lift your head, take another step, because God is not done with you. Love you.
So good. I love it. Again, you can find him across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe, Trent Tribe. I'd be glad that you did. All right, more great music headed your way. I got some Seth Schleter with Won't Start Now, and that's right here, right now. on the Lifeline Morning Show. I got to pass along a little bit of information for you. Kevin Daniel sent this over to me. All right, so they're going to have a prayer gathering. Night of student-led prayer and worship. It's going to be at Connect Church Gunnersville, and that is happening tomorrow night. Food at 5:30, service is at 6 o'clock. They're having a see you at the pole during the day, right? They're going to have a saw you at the pole. That's what this is, this prayer gathering. It's going to be good. It's going to be student-led prayer and worship with pizza. Again, 5:30, the food. Service at 6. Connect Church Gunnersville tomorrow night. Just wanted to make sure that you knew about that. All right, one other thing. If you could use some help with some food, with some groceries, there's this amazing organization right here in our community that likes to help. St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantries, and that is happening today, 4:30 to 5:30 at Mary's house. That's at St. William Catholic Church here in Gunnersville at 929 Gunner Avenue. And from 5 until 6 at Chapel of the Holy Cross. That's at 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. So 2 locations, 2 times for you, but you will need to bring just a little bit of information. Bring a picture ID that matches you. Also, bring a bill with your current address. It doesn't even have to be a local address. It just has to be yours. Okay? All right. They love helping people out with some groceries. Again, that's today, 4:30 to 5:30 at Mary's house, St. William Catholic Church, 929 Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville. And from 5 to 6 at Chapel of the Holy Cross, 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. Let's hit a song and I'll be back. We'll close out the show with that inspiring quote. Sound good? All right. I think I need to hear a song. I haven't heard it all day, and I got to make this happen. It is called Big Shoulders. It is by Unspoken, and it is so stinking good. So here, take a listen to these lyrics, and it's okay. You can laugh. It's that good. Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu. But before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day from Max Lucado. God is more concerned with our direction than our speed. Wow, think about that. We live in a world that celebrates speed, how fast you can get ahead, how quickly you can hit the next milestone, how soon you can reach the destination. But you know what? I don't think God's grading us on speed. I think He's guiding us by His Spirit, step by step, in the right direction. Yeah, our word of life. We've been talking about it all morning. Isaiah 30:21. Your own ears will hear Him. Right behind you, a voice will say, "This is the way you should go." So maybe you feel like you're moving slowly today, like you're behind where you thought you'd be by now. Can I encourage you? You're not late. You're not lost. If you're following His voice, you're right on time. As you head into the rest of your day, don't stress about how fast you're moving. Just focus on listening, trusting, and taking the next step. Because you know what? With God, every step of obedience is progress in the right direction. And hey, I just wanted to remind you, the conversation that we've had this morning is going to be up on our podcast platforms coming up here at 10:45. It's going to be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube Podcast, all 5 locations. So if you heard something this morning that you think somebody else in your life needs to hear, well, you can go over there, copy that link, share it with them. Go ahead, subscribe if you'd like. That way, if you ever miss the show, well, it'll just be waiting on you. Sound good? All right, thanks so much for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline. All right, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, walk confidently, knowing that God Himself is directing your steps. Follow His lead. All right? Okay. Have a wonderful day. Here's Hillsong Worship with Who You Say I Am.